This is an unsponsored video that contains products provided without charge by the manufacturer for demonstration purposes. All opinions are my own. This is a TOJA Grid pergola. It is got to be the easiest pergola for any DIYer to build because it doesn't require a saw. There's no cutting. I'm going to show you how we built this and show you other options that are available coming up. TOJA Grid pergolas transform any outdoor space into an outdoor room by providing shade and structure that just defines your space. These pergola kits are made in Canada and they come with all the parts you see other than the wood. The wood you source locally. We built this one with pressure treated lumber, but I've seen them done with cedar, and cedar's a really nice option too. But we were going to stain ours, so it really didn't matter that much anyway. Pressure treated lumber is cheaper and it'll last longer. We built this pergola next to the pool because this was a spot that we always wanted to sit in, but there was never any shade. Building a pergola next to the pool presented a challenge because in New Jersey here, we have to cover our pools in the winter. So I couldn't put a post any closer than like 5 feet from the edge of the pool. So instead, we decided to do something a little bit more unique, and we made it cantilevered. So the edge of the pergola actually is a little bit over the edge of the pool. And we did that by putting these posts in the middle with these T-brackets, and that carries the load and balances it out. Works fine. And these are removable sail shades that come in multiple colors. This one happens to be denim. You take them down in the fall and you put them back up in the spring. And that way there's no snow load on it or nothing like that, and they'll last that much longer. Now we sunk 2 of our posts into the ground, but 4 of them are actually attached to the concrete using these brackets here. These kits can be built freestanding or attached to a wall with 4x4 or 6x6 lumber using standard 8, 10, or 12-foot lengths that require no cutting. Multiple kits can be combined together to make them even bigger. Our pool pergola is a double 10x10 with 8-foot tall posts. The shade sails come in multiple colors, some in a wave style, and can even be installed on the sides for privacy. A waterproof umbrella top is available if you want to stay dry, and you can even attach mosquito netting. Don't like a flat top? Make it a peak like a house. Don't like rectangles? How about a triangle? Or a hexagon design that works great around a fire pit. The possibilities are endless. The first step with our pool pergola was to temporarily assemble the back beam to determine the post locations. Fresh wood, especially pressure treated, has a lot of moisture, and the brackets may not fit right away. It's best to let the wood dry several days before attempting assembly. Even after drying, they may still be tight and require some tweaking to get them to fit. Alright, we've laid it out where we want the back post to be, the beam, and although this is upside down right now, the post is going to go right between these 2 shrubs here, these 2 plants, and another one will be over here. So we're going to move the stones and then we're going to dig the holes. These 2 posts were 10 feet long, buried 2 feet into the ground to match the rest of the 8-foot posts on the patio. We placed the top beam temporarily to get the spacing right. Then we plumbed the posts and clamped them in place. 1 80-pound bag of concrete mix was enough for both posts, and we mixed it right in the hole. We drove galvanized nails into the posts beforehand for the concrete to grab.
It's dinner time! It should be Miller time.
I used a router with a chamfer bit to soften all the corners of the wood and help them fit better in the brackets. The T-brackets don't have stops, so they can be positioned anywhere along the beam.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Stainless steel screws are provided with the brackets. They get installed on the first 2 holes only.
A Robertson bit would help.
See, they're Canadian, so they like the Robertson, the square drive, better than Phillips. The rest of the holes are just part of the TOJA Grid design. And then they give you these little caps. The black caps make the screws look like rivets for a very industrial feel. If we didn't have those 2 buried posts, we could have assembled the whole pergola top and propped it up on the posts before positioning it exactly where we wanted it. But we were constrained by those 2 posts, so we had to assemble everything piece by piece, leveling and squaring as we went. The post brackets were attached to the concrete patio with Tapcon screws. The shade sails come with mounting hardware to attach each of the straps. The corner mounts line up with the holes in the brackets. The side mounts get installed after attaching the tarp in the corners. The straps are generously long, so we wrapped the slack around the buckle so they wouldn't flap in the wind. People always ask what things cost, but I don't like to quote prices in videos because they change all the time. If you want more information about TOJA Grid, I'll put a link down in the video description below. And you can always leave me a comment and ask me a question and I'll get back to you. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one.
Welcome home.
Be sure to subscribe and watch our new series, The Living Flip. Ooh.
Look.
And that has 1.25 inch.
It's the little one. That's the